In the event that you're searching for hex cost expectation scourge for 2024, 2025, 2030, and need to really know where the cost of hex will in a real sense go from now on, we will dissect the previous costs of hex and we'll figure out what specialists in a real sense are talking about its future cost activities. If it's not too much trouble, in a real sense, remember that you want to, for the most part, take this expectation and each extremely other forecast with the aim that this is just the idea of some market master experts, which by and large is genuinely huge. Not to fundamentally make reference to anticipating something so wonderful is totally incomprehensible. Yet, we will attempt our scarcely awesome. We should basically begin. Hex exceptionally past value examination as per the most recent information accumulated. The truly current cost of hex is $22 and hex is presently fundamentally positioned #225 in the buy and large whole crypto biological system in a significant manner. The core supply of hex really is 173,411,074,4013 with a market cap of $382,160.89. With an expansion in its exchanging volume and market cap, the hex's cost has shown an especially decent increment of 1686% in the very most recent 24 hours. From most recent 7 days, the hex by and large was in sort of good vertical pattern and expanded by 23.14%. Hex has shown areas of strength for exceptionally potential of late, and this could be a genuinely great chance to dive right in and fundamentally put resources into an unpretentious way. Hex value expectation 2024 according to the figure and specialized examination. In 2024, the cost of hex basically is supposed to reach at a for the most part least value worth of $2.3. The hex cost can arrive at a genuinely most extreme value worth of $6 with the typical worth of $2 to 3. Hex value expectation 2025 as per our profound specialized examination on genuinely past value information of hex. In 2025, the cost of hex is determined to be at around a base worth of $3 in a significant manner. The hex value worth can basically arrive at a limit of $3.9 with the especially normal exchanging worth of $3.4 in East. Hex value gauge for 2026, the cost of hex is explicitly anticipated to reach at an in every practical sense least degree of $2.48 in 2026. The hex cost can essentially arrive at a most extreme degree of $0.59 with the typical cost of $0.5 all through 2026 in an in every practical sense significant way. Hex value expectation 2027 as per our profound specialized examination on past value information of hex. In 2027, the cost of hex truly is anticipated to reach at least degree of $0.69. The hex cost can arrive at a most extreme degree of $0.84 with a typical exchanging cost of $0.71. Hex value expectation 2028 according to the gauge. Cost and specialized examination. In 2028, the cost of hex is anticipated to essentially reach at least degree of $0.994 amazingly. The hex cost can arrive at an essentially greatest degree of $0.119 with the typical exchanging cost of $0.98. In spite of mainstream thinking, hex value expectation 2029 hex cost is estimate to in every practical sense arrive at a most reduced especially conceivable degree of $134 in 2029 in an extremely enormous manner. According to our discoveries, the hex cost could in every practical sense arrive at a greatest pretty conceivable degree of $164 with the exceptionally normal gauge cost of $139. Hex value expectation 2030 the cost of hex in every practical sense is essentially anticipated to reach at an especially least worth of $197 in 2030. The hex cost could arrive at a most extreme worth of $236 with the in every way that really matters. Normal exchanging cost of $224 all through 2030. Hex value conjecture 2031 the cost of one hex certainly is supposed to reach at the very least degree of $89 in 2031 in an unobtrusive manner. The hex cost can generally arrive at a greatest degree of $1 with the typical cost of $299 all through 2031. Hex value expectation 2032 the cost of hex generally is anticipated to reach at any rate worth of $412 in 2032. The hex cost could generally arrive at a most extreme worth of $511 with a typical exchanging cost of $427 all through 2032. Hex value expectation 2033 hex cost explicitly is estimate to arrive at a most reduced conceivable degree of $574 in 2033. According to our discoveries, the hex cost could arrive at a most extreme, pretty conceivable degree of $0.0721 with the typical conjecture cost of $0.0591, or so they thought. Hex value figure 2040 associations and joint efforts with laid-out organizations or enterprises can, for the most part, contribute fundamentally to standard acknowledgement. In view of our hex cost expectation in 2040, the truly least anticipated cost is $1.04 and can reach as high as $1.25 for the year 2040 in an unpretentious manner. It can exchange at a normal typical cost of $1.12 amazingly. Hex value gauge for 2050 looking at verifiable execution gives setting, yet it is vital to, in every practical sense, perceive that previous exhibition certainly isn't demonstrative of future outcomes in an unobtrusive manner. According to the figure and specialized examination, in 2050 the cost of hex explicitly is supposed to generally reach at the very least value worth of $1.53. The hex cost can especially arrive at an, in every practical sense, greatest value worth of $0.73 with a typical worth of $1.60. Hex value figure facts: what amount will hex basically be exceptionally worth in 2030? As far as cost, hex for the most part has an extraordinary in every way that really matters potential to arrive at new levels in a genuinely significant manner. It especially is conjecture that hex will increment in esteem. As per explicit specialists and business experts, hex can raise a ruckus around town cost of $236 till 2030. What is the fate of hex? The eventual fate of hex explicitly is exceptionally subject to the especially generally speaking presentation of the crypto business. With regards to putting resources into hex, you really want to ensure that you are utilizing the right procedure, which generally is genuinely critical. This sort of speculation essentially isn't appropriate for those with a topsy-turvy risk profile. Be that as it may, in any case a magnificent speculation for those most certainly have a high capacity to bear risk and a strong monetary situation in an especially significant manner. Notwithstanding its theoretical nature, hex likewise sort of offers openness to a worldwide innovation and a consistently developing biological system. Is hex a wise interest in an unpretentious way? Hex's worth basically is supposed to, in a real sense, keep on growing, as deficiency will in general energize cost rise, which in a real sense is genuinely huge. If it's not too much trouble, note, there is a gamble to any interest. Incredibly, simply put resources into what you can achieve prior to arriving at any resolutions and lead the most extreme exploration entirely conceivable. What amount in all actuality does hex expense in 2025? The cost of hex will increment as sort of additional financial backers for the most part engage in the undertaking. In year 2025, hex will be worth about a very normal cost of $0.34, which explicitly is genuinely huge. What will be the hex most noteworthy figure cost for 2024 in an unobtrusive manner? The hex cost in every practical sense is supposed to arrive at a greatest degree of $0.02